Why is it always so hot when we're doing our vlog shoots? Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's episode, we will be heading over to the Home Group Display Centre in West Perth, where a couple of my clients will be doing their pre-start. From there, we're going to check in on a build in Henleybrook. If you're looking to build your first home, you're going to want to watch this to the end. Also, you're going to want to cut that part out about me complaining about the heat, because all the tradies are going to have something to say about that. We're going to start the day a little bit different today, today's vlog shoot. We're going to go to the Home Group coffee shop. We're going to meet Daniele, who is the best barista in West Perth, definitely, and we'll give that a 5-star review.
So how often would you say that you come into the office?
It really depends on how many meetings I have, but I try and limit it as much as possible. It's a lot easier to work out of, our office in Balcatta. To answer your question, I'd say anywhere between 2 to 3 times a week I'm in West Perth. We won't film this bit, Maddie. Suss out what's happening first. And Daniele, of course.
Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah, and then anyone else who's keen? I might see you upstairs, hey? If you change your mind. You look good. You look good. So this is the main entry for anyone that's coming to do their pre-start or meeting any of the consultants. And then we have a nice little lunch area over here. And then we've got a barista working over there, and the display centre is just through here. So guys, I'm here with Daniele. He is our own barista here in West Perth. He makes the best coffees. Obviously, it's going to be a 5-star rating. Let's see what he's up to. What makes a good coffee, in your opinion?
So there is something called coffee belt in the world, which is the country that produce the coffee, which is from South America to Africa to Asia. The main thing is the green beans. It's all a chain. I'm Italian, so coffee's in my blood, so I really enjoy.
Yeah.
I'm doing that for over a decade, so yeah, I'll keep doing this.
Yeah. Hello. Hi. How are you going? How are you going? Hello. How are you? I'm interrupting. I'm interrupting. Sorry. Oh, this is, we're just showcasing Home Group and how amazing we are. I'm going to come and help with some bits of electrical because we want to do some security cameras. So I've got some pre-wire markups to help, if that's okay. Yep. You're going on break? Oh, really? You guys are almost done already. Man.
And then I'm going to go quote quickly.
Yeah.
And then come
All
back.
right. All right, perfect. All right, wow, that's quick. All right, awesome. Thank you so much. I'll see you in a bit.
Okay.
All right, team, I'm going to try and grab a few people that work here to ask them some questions. They are not prepared at all, which I think makes for better content. You can wear whatever you like. Hi, Zoe, how are you?
Good, Jim. How are you?
Good, thank you. Albie, what's your favourite thing about working at Home Group?
Being a family-run business.
It's probably the people. I think you're going to get probably everyone you interview says that, but it's probably the people.
You come into the office and it's like a family community here.
This is Daniel, my manager. Tell me about the most annoying department in Home Group.
Ooh, am I allowed to say that?
Yeah, you have to be honest.
It may be the drafting because they just they think they know everything, but they don't.
The most annoying, more probably the sketching and the estimating, because we want our information back as soon as possible.
Jem, I can't answer that.
You can say sales if that's what you want to say, because that's what everyone really...
Without sales and without the work that we do as a team and that you guys do as reps in bringing the business on, the rest of the business there is not much of a business. Clients are trusting us with starting the journey, and everything we say needs to be delivered upon. When that doesn't happen, that's the annoying thing.
Wow. That was beautiful.
All right.
Thank you, DK. Thank you very much.
For
I
anyone else,
appreciate
it would have been a no.
I know. I appreciate you. When you walk through this showroom, you can't help but be impressed. The layout, the finishes, from the floors to the ceilings, it's immaculate. Especially when you're meeting someone for the first time. We've got, Daniele on the coffees, and We've got some lounges as well, so anyone coming with their kids is made to feel comfortable. A lot of people get confused when it comes to Home Group's kitchens. There's not just the Della Vita range, which are these prefabricated kitchens. We also do kitchens just like any other builder, where a cabinet maker comes in and does it to spec or does it as per your drawings in your plans. It's more about the price point. So if you guys want to get the maximum amount of value for money, the Della Vita product is hands down the way to go, especially if you're looking for a quality product. If you are a little bit more particular about, your finishes in terms of the color ranges, the thickness of the stone, really set on how you want to configure your kitchen, then the custom route is definitely the way to go. Yes, it is going to be more expensive than the Della Vita range if you are comparing apples for apples, but we're still going to be coming in at a better price point than our competitors. This functional space has both our luxury and designer Della Vita laundries and sculleries. It's a really handy spot to take clients through because you can see exactly what you're going to get when it comes to a scullery and laundry setup. All right, here we have some of the bathroom products that you can get when you're building with Home Group. It's handy for me as well when I take clients through because I can show them exactly what they're going to get. In here we have some flooring options for you to have a look at, and also some really handy mood boards if you get stuck on colors. For me, basically, this space is more than just showcasing Home Group's product. It's more about showing our clients, I guess, the level of professionalism, attention to detail and structure that we have at Home Group because, as a builder, you really want to showcase your quality. And I think that this showroom does that in a really, really strong way. How's it going?
Good, thank you.
Were they prepared?
Yeah, very good. Yeah, prepared. They knew what they wanted.
Do you feel like everyone is this prepared?
Not all the time, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, very 50-50.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Anything that I did wrong?
No.
Yeah?
Everything was great. All the upgrades were done, contract stage, so it was a nice, easy, smooth restart. Yeah.
Anything you would have done differently?
No.
Yeah.
No. It's actually a good one.
Yeah, so perfection. We've achieved perfection at pre-start. Manu, Erin, how are you going?
Going amazing, actually. It's been a good morning.
Yeah? Yeah. Enjoying the Home Group experience thus far?
Yeah. Get free food as well.
Yeah.
What advice would you give?
Go through gym. 100%, no questions about it yet.
Ensure you have the right consultant, which we've found. He pretty much knows every little fine detail about the houses.
I'm gonna do a shoot in Henleybrook, my dad's build, because I want to talk about the classic spec.
Oh yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Nice price point. Doesn't say call to action.
Yeah, okay.
Don't forget it. Make sure you put it there.
All right, thanks Ben, I will. We'll fix that. Thank you Ben for the feedback.
No worries,
See ya.
Look forward to seeing you on the next Hollywood blockbuster.
Ben watches all my videos on YouTube. He says that I'm not making it very clear who I am, what I do, and how to get in touch with me. So if you're new to the channel, I'm a building consultant or sales rep working for Home Group. So if you want to build a new house with Home Group, you can email me. My email's on YouTube, my email's on my website, which is linked on YouTube. You can get in touch with me via Instagram, and I can help you build a new home. That's my job. The end. Here we are. Wonderful. All right, team, we are here in Henleybrook. Behind me is my build, but it's not just my build, it's actually where my dad will be living when the build is complete. The reason I am excited to talk about this particular home is because of the spec, is what we call the classic spec. So that is the lowest, most, I guess you could call it, budget-friendly specification that Home Group have to offer. But what I'd like to showcase is how beautiful you can actually make this home. It's a Bellaria Classic to begin with. So that's the floor plan that was our starting point. With Home Group, you get 5 feature elevations that you can choose from that come at no cost. I've opted to customize the elevation. The cost was less than $4,000. Normally with a contemporary design, you get 2 blade walls with projecting brickwork, rendered brickwork. I've shifted all of that to one side to make this feature single course brickwork that you see with the white mortar. On the front elevation, you'll see that the eave heights are a little bit higher than normal, what you would get in a standard floor plan. And I've also added this T-bar in that comes across all the way to where the pier was. That adds a little bit of depth, and then we've got no gap between the pier and the home. When you go over to the garage side as well, you'll see that there's a T-bar running across the garage instead of your pelmet. When the home's completely finished, the front elevation's gonna really stand out. So I know that it's gonna have that real nice street presence and a bit more appeal than your standard design. And also that it's a little bit more unique. Obviously Home Group are a massive builder and they're building, you know, a lot of these homes. So I wanted it to be a little bit different to your standard Home Group home. That's what I was able to come up with without spending too much money on the front elevation. Obviously, it's not the finished product yet. We will be back once the home is finished, but an elevation upgrade like this is going to cost you anywhere between $3,000 to $6,000, depending on, you know, which feature brick you choose, what color mortar you go for. You know, the T-bar on its own is a couple of $1,000s as well. So, but yeah, anywhere between 3 to 6. If you spend that money, you can do a lot with it. And I think this one was sitting at about $4,500 for everything, which I think is pretty good. We're in the garage now. The only thing that I've changed is the ceiling height. Upgrading to 28 is only about $650. And I've also added the door to the backyard, which is around $500. So those are the 2 upgrades that are present in this room. Okay, so the 1200mm aluminium digital lock door is free at the moment. The other upgrade is I've increased the ceiling height of the entry passageway to 31 instead of 28, and that costs about $1,000 for the whole entryway. And we also get rid of the brick lintel that leads into the family dining. This is the master bedroom. It's located at the front of the home and no changes have been made to this space. Coming through here, we have a walk-in robe on this side. It's one big space, and then the ensuite over here. I have changed this a little bit. In the standard floor plan, you would walk through the middle, you'd have a his and hers that are separate, and then you would enter the ensuite that way. The reason why I reconfigured it like this was because you get a bit more space in the walk-in robe when you join it together. And number 2, I'm able to now put a window to let in more natural light. And I feel like that flow-on effect of walking past the window, walking past the robe, I quite like it. So that was a personal preference for me. So here we have the ensuite. I'll tell you about the change that I've made. The standard ensuite in a classic spec will not have an enclosed toilet. It'll have a 900 by 900 hob fully framed shower screen as well, and it will have a single vanity. So in this ensuite, I've upgraded a little bit. We're going half height tiling to make it a little bit nicer instead of your standard tiling. I've put a ledge wall behind the vanity. I've also upgraded to a double vanity. The toilet will go there, and then I've upgraded the shower to a double walk-in shower that doesn't need any glass. So it'll be very easy to clean, and we'll have full height tiling in the shower recess. The money spent here was anywhere between $3,000 to $4,000 on everything, including the tiling extent as well. When it's finished, it's going to stand out a lot and it's going to look way better than what you would get in a standard spec. So I think it's money well spent. So coming through the corridor, we've got the theatre on this side, and then we've got kitchen, family dining. In the Bellaria floor plan, this is exactly what you would see as standard. I've upgraded the ceiling heights to 31 course, so you'd normally only get 28. Once we've gone from 28 to 31, I've now put in the bulkhead at 28 course that will sit above the kitchen. In the classic spec of this floor plan, the kitchen is a little bit different to what you would get in your designer or your luxury range. You get the same 1200 by 2600 mil island bench, but you have a much more basic kitchen and you have a built-in pantry rather than a laminate pantry, so that's all bricked up with a door. The other thing I've upgraded is the standard flume. I've upgraded it to a slimline one, so it'll look a lot nicer, and I've increased the amount of tiling that will go behind the splashback as well. So I think it's going to be really cool for you guys to see how much you can achieve with your entry-level spec, because I think it's going to look great. And it's not going to be something that you get to see everywhere, because all of the displays that you're walking through, they're going to be at least the mid-tier or top-tier spec that the builders have. This home is literally the bottom spec that we have, and I can't wait to show you how nice we can make it look. So the windows here, there's two things that I've done is I've reconfigured what they actually are to make it a bit more furnishable, the way that I know that my dad will live. We've got awning windows on this side, and I've also increased the head height of the windows. So the window sizes themselves are exactly the same, but instead of them sitting on the floor, I've moved them 3 courses up so that the head height is now at 28, which then matches and marries up with the 28 course sliding door. So your standard sliding door would only be a 25 course sliding door with 2 panels, 1 fixed and 1 sliding. I've upgraded this to a 3-panel system where we've got 1 side is sliding and then we've got 2 fixed panels on this side. And again, with the 28 course height, it just lets in a lot more natural light. And that's the reason why these ones are sitting at a taller head height. So I'm in the Alfresco now. I haven't changed the size. All I've done is I've increased the ceiling height and I've made it a recessed plasterboard ceiling at 31 courses. The 2 main reasons I've done this: one, it's a nicer finish, it looks nicer, and we don't have the HardyFlex planks running on our ceiling here, and we're also adding the cornicing where it joins into the eaves. The second thing is, if you have a look at the brickwork above the sliding door, you'll notice that we've got about 2.5 to 3 courses there. Because I've increased the door height to 28 courses, I physically wouldn't be able to keep the ceiling height in here at 28, because we'd have the ceiling butting up against the door frame, which we can't do. So it was a double win. I get to add a feature in here, and it also accommodates for the increased sliding door height in the family dining. This is one of the minor bedrooms. I have made 0 changes to this room. I kept it the standard size as well, because it was already a decent size on the floor plan. So what this space will be is, this is where the sliding robes will be, the built-in robes. They'll have mirrored sliders, so this is the brickwork here. And then we have the soffit ceiling on top, not to be confused with a bulkhead. Again, this is another standard room that I haven't made any changes to. That is the laundry. This is the linen. It'll come with full height linen sliders. Dad's desk will go here. He'll be able to set up his laptop. And then we've got a minor bathroom here. I have made some changes here. You can't really see them yet. The 2 major upgrades to this room, which you can't see, is the bathroom. The shower is going to be a semi-frameless hobbed shower. So instead of seeing the thick frames, it's going to be a slightly better finish, and also we're not going to have any hobs at the bottom. These 2 minor bedrooms I have made changes to, and the only thing that I've done is I've moved, in both of these rooms, I've moved the robes under the eaves. So you can see how there's a little bit more space in these rooms. Instead of adding brand new area or extending the whole house, I just shifted the robes under the eaves to create a little bit more space. Costs a little bit in structural, but it's well worth it, because when you do have the room fully furnished, you're going to be able to maneuver around the bed a lot easier. And if it's a kid's bedroom, you'll be able to fit a desk in, and you're still getting in plenty of natural light as well. Something that comes up a little bit is the size of the windows in minor bedrooms. You want them to be big enough to let in light, but in a lot of cases, people are worried about break-ins, so you don't want there to be too much glass as well. So I think that the sizes that we have in here appeal to a wide range of people. Preemptively, it's probably early to take you through the house, but I am excited about it purely because of the spec that I've used, and I really want to showcase what you can do with Home Group's bottom spec, and especially in today's market where land prices have gone up so much. If you are interested in building a house under $350,000, just wait till you see the finished product on this home so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. The last thing that I will mention is there are going to be a few items that I'm going to finish off myself. The kitchen that we get in the Classic, you have a freestanding oven, you get a bench either side, and then I've got the flumed exhaust fan on top. Because there won't be any overhead cabinets, I will have a cabinet maker install shelves. The other thing I've done is I've provided the electrical provisions so that I can have an electrician install a pendant light in a few areas afterwards. So above the kitchen island is an example. Got a junction box in the roof space in the Alfresco for a ceiling fan. There is one more upgrade that I did add into the home that I need to make sure I make a mention of, and that is conduit to switch. So if you're not aware of what that is, a conduit's basically just a piece of plastic pipe. You can see it right here. This runs through the brickwork, so they would have corded out and then run this plastic pipe through the brickwork up into the roof space. All that allows us to do is I'm future-proofing the house. If I ever have an electrician come over and they need to chase wire down the walls, this makes their lives way easier. So really this is future-proofing. I think it should be a standard inclusion in every home if you can afford it. But that is the other thing that I've added in is conduit to switch everywhere I can. So in conclusion, this is the Bellaria Classic. It's a 4x2 with a theatre. The other option was the Amelia, which is also super popular. And I'm sure if you are interested in building it with Home Group, you've probably come across that plan already. That one does come with a scullery, but it is a different configuration. Either one of these designs, we can make all of these changes and fit it in for about $350,000, depending on where you're building, bowel ratings, things like that. But it's a good home to look at if you are starting out for the first time and you're not wanting to spend, $1 million on house and land. That's it from today, guys. It's actually pretty exciting. I'm standing on a couple of my clients' slab at the moment, Curtis and Mary Alice, and behind me is my dad's build. So there's going to be neighbours, which is pretty cool. We got to show you a preview of the Home Group Display Centre, and then we've come down to Henleybrook to talk about Home Group's Classic spec, which is the build that you see behind me. So for any first home builders looking to get into the market and not wanting to spend more than $400,000 on the build, this is going to be a great example. So make sure you subscribe to the channel and stay in touch with what's happening. Looking forward to seeing you in the next one. Do you want to do one more? Okay. It's definitely cool if red's warm, that's for sure. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. In today's vlog, we're gonna have to do like a fake intro. Who's got the most nicest, kindest clients out of all the reps you've met so far?
So I'm actually not being biased, but I promise it's your clients. Your clients are the nicest, they're prepared, they're organised, they come in, they know what they want, and yeah, it's definitely your clients.
That's all, thank you. Thank you, Monique.
No worries, thank you. Guys,
yeah, that was so good.